Here are 4 behaviors that commonly predict relationship failure and what you can do instead. And the last one is actually the greatest predictor of divorce. And while these may seem specific to couples and marriages, they can actually work for a lot of relationships, like friends and family too. So the first is criticism. Instead of addressing a specific problem, criticism attacks a person's character as a whole. It's kind of like a global negative assessment of a person instead of tackling the problem at hand. Instead of doing this, try talking about your feelings and the problem using I statements. For example, I feel frustrated when you leave the dishes for a long time. Doing this makes it easier for the other person to understand your motivations and your feelings and where you're coming from. The second behavior is stonewalling, which is when you give the silent treatment and completely close yourself off from important conversations that need to be had. If you do this, the underlying problem goes unnoticed and becomes bigger than it needs to be. Instead of shutting down, try self-soothing. Take breaks when needed and find something that distracts you, but always have the goal of coming back to the conversation when you're able to. The third behavior is defensiveness. This happens when you reverse the blame and don't want to take accountability for your actions. You don't want to admit your mistakes and you try to make excuses for your behaviors. Instead of getting defensive, try to view feedback as an opportunity to improve. Try to see the other person's point of view and apologize when necessary. The last behavior, and the one that is the greatest predictor of divorce, is contempt. This is when you show anger or hostility towards your partner. You might call them names, you might roll your eyes, or you might be sarcastic towards them. Instead of showing contempt, try to show them appreciation and respect. Explicitly mention their strengths and try to give compliments on a regular basis. Shift your mindset from what they're lacking to what they're good at. So, if you notice any of these in your relationships, it might be a good idea to work on them as soon as possible before the problem becomes bigger than it needs to be and before your relationship starts to fall apart.